about context. Should tactics change based on who you're talking to, who your audience is, or what the experience is? Are there contexts in which you would switch tactics? In which if you're normally a warrior, you would become more diplomatic, or if you're normally a diplomatic, you would become more of a warrior. That is, instead of saying, well, you should always be a firebrand, you should always be a diplomat, are there contexts or situations in which you would change your tactics?
No, what a stupid question. Firebrand! No, that's actually a great question. The answer is yes, your tactics should change from time to time. Both our positions are kind of generalities. As a general rule, with the type of religious people I bump into, there needs to be some punishment or some stinging when they don't play fair, or when they engage in shoddy research and want to pass it off to you as actual research. But there are sometimes when you bump into a Christian who really is trying and really is thinking, and so then just running up against a well-articulated argument will be all the punishment he needs, and there's no reason to say, you pulled a lousy source and you're wasting my time, don't do that. You can actually say, hey, thanks for trying, just work on this. So sometimes that does happen. Not nearly as often as the other way around, but sometimes yes.
I guess it's not, in terms of, there's a spectrum of tactics, I guess, that I'll go anywhere from sort of extremely diplomatic and open and questioning to just, I guess, a certain firmness that I am definitely willing to, when it comes, the difference is between when it's a factual question and when somebody's doing something that's unethical. And I think there's definitely a time for moral condemnation, because that's just part of the spectrum of what we deal with, but that needs to be, as I said, the few and far between. You need to be, I do my best to be extremely careful about spelling that out and knowing that it seems a lot of people use it as a tactic to put them onto the defensive, so they have to prove that your accusation is false. Whereas I would approach it as, I have to prove that it's true, and that they're innocent until proven guilty, and that, especially in the online world, it's just no one's a mind reader, and it's very difficult to know where people are coming from, and it's very easy to get it wrong. So there's a tactic of very specific moral commendation where you're very careful about spelling out your argument and why you're making the argument, and it's not just so that it doesn't come off as a personal attack, that you're actually condemning or condoning specific behavior. And so that would be the difference in my own personal tactics.
All right, this next question.